History often remembers Genghis Khan as a creature of pure brute force. We picture a conqueror relying solely on endless hordes of cavalry to trample any civilization in his path. But the map of his conquests reveals a geographic reality that is nearly unmanageable. This landmass stretched from the Pacific Ocean across the heart of Asia, creating a border so long it was impossible to patrol. Rapid expansion creates a dangerous vacuum at the center. Every time a Mongol army pushed the border further away, they left their own homeland increasingly vulnerable to a rebellion or a localized coup. Settled empires solved this by building massive stone walls while leaving behind large standing armies. But the Mongols were nomadic. They didn't build static fortifications, and they couldn't afford to leave their best troops behind as guards. Genghis Khan solved this defense problem by deploying a geopolitical trap that weaponized his own daughters. The first phase involved a formal marriage proposal, offering Mongol princesses to the kings of powerful allied nations. Acceptance came with a strict, non-negotiable condition. The allied king was forced to immediately banish all of his existing wives before he could marry the Khan's daughter. This requirement isolated the king from his previous political alliances and ensured that his kingdom's legal succession was tied exclusively to the Mongol bloodline. Once the wedding was over, Genghis Khan would honor his new royal son-in-law by calling him to active military duty in the ongoing Mongol wars. These kings were assigned to the absolute front ranks of the Mongol vanguard, leading the first charge in every major engagement. Frontline service was a calculated method of ensuring these kings died in battle, clearing the path for their daughters to claim their inheritance. As the kings inevitably fell in the vanguard, Genghis Khan's widowed daughters inherited absolute control over their dead husbands' empires. These inherited states formed a continuous geographic perimeter. They acted as a protective buffer encircling the Mongol heartland. While the daughters maintained the borders of these kingdoms, their loyalty remained with their father, allowing his armies to push forward without looking back. This system of daughter-led buffer states provided the structural security necessary for Genghis Khan to focus his entire military force on outward expansion. By the 1230s, the momentum of the Mongol war machine reached a fever pitch as it finally breached the borders of Eastern Europe. The invasion was systematic. Cities across Russia, Poland, and Hungary were crushed one by one, their traditional defenses proving useless against Mongol tactics. When Mongol scouting parties pushed as far west as Austria, Western Europe faced an immediate existential threat. Panic spread across the continent as rulers realized that the entire West was poised to fall to a force that had yet to face a major defeat. The rapid collapse of the Eastern kingdoms and the failure of their fortifications demonstrated that no European army or knightly order possessed the capability to stop the Mongol advance. At the height of this crisis, the invasion was suddenly disrupted by the unexpected death of Ögedei Khan back in the Mongolian homeland. Mongol law was unbending. Upon the death of a great Khan, every prince of royal blood was required to abandon their conquest and return home to elect a successor. Prince Batu Khan was forced to turn his armies around, abandoning the European campaign entirely to honor the legal requirements of the succession. The ensuing power struggles over the bloodline kept the Mongols occupied internally, and they never returned to complete their conquest of the West. The preservation of Western Europe was a direct result of the same rigid adherence to royal bloodlines that had originally transformed Genghis Khan into a world conqueror.